So I heard said you wanted to see my real face, right? Okay, enough of the curiosity. Enough. This is my real face. So now that you've seen me, can we get down to business? All right, that's this is the 4th day of December 2024, and this is me showing my face for the first time on this channel. And this is where I talk about the CFDs, the cryptos, and indices. Just a bit of the cryptos though, and the major indices. And this is of course the first recording of this. So if you'd give me your attention, let us hop right onto the screen and I would show you everything the market holds for you today. Shall we? Let's go. So we are on gold. If you've been following me though, remember I told you that gold will of course form a correction here. Let's go to the 1 hour. So told you we're waiting for a correction here, right? After this impulse, told you we're going to get a correction here, but then it's either the correction takes this shape or it takes a shape like this, or even takes a shape like this and still come down. So it seems what we are getting may look like something like this after all. Maybe, just maybe, before we get this. And if we get this here, of course we're going to get this back. That's like 100% certainty we're going to get that back. All right, now that's why I tell you guys to go study the charts. Just go learn the chart. And if you want to know about the method I use to trade, it's called wave analysis. Okay, so many people ask me and tell me about Falcon and how I'm doing great using the Falcon strategy, but unfortunately I don't use Falcon strategy. No, I don't. And like I said, the method I use is wave analysis. And maybe, I don't want to argue this, I don't want to take it far, but maybe Falcon himself also learned that strategy from my mentor, but then came to refine it or give it another name as the Falcon strategy. But that's by the way. We're not here to argue about who knows who and who did what and what they are doing that is working for them. All we're here to do is to make money, right? So let's go. So I told you gold would do that, and the correction here has been wasting a lot of time, and that's okay. That's what corrections do. Okay, so it's okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this to finish whatever it is doing here. And here is the thing. Let's bring this back to here. I'm seeing this right now going up. Seeing this going up. So if this goes up here, this whole formation might change. That's one thing you need to bear in mind. So if this goes up here, this whole formation might change. And if it goes up, we might end up having this. And the whole past moves here might just be one move itself, which is the impulse into the possible correction that will happen here. Let me show you. So if we end up having this here, we most likely might get this. That's an option though. And if we get that, if we get this and it goes back, then we might get this coming back, form a correction again, come back, then this still becomes a sell setup coming down. If not, listen, then this will finish this, climb to this stop, come down, forms a buy setup, and we're going up. And if this happens, then this becomes this, and we'll go up. We'll continue the buy trend. So here's the thing. All these things might not happen exactly the way I've drawn on the chart. Now we start by analyzing corrections from the simplest form of it. This is the simplest form of it. Now it can get complex, and from where the chart is right now, I cannot see the complexity. I don't know what next will happen until the chart proves that it is doing something. That's when we know actually that it is doing it. So for the immediate trade we have right now, this is what I am seeing on the chart. Let me expand so you can see. Let me expand. This is what I'm seeing on the chart. I am seeing this. As you can see, it is going up. If it ends up coming down here, then we'll have this as a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We'll get this back and we'll come down. Now that's an option. And because of all these possibilities that could happen on gold right now, as at the time I am recording this video, that's why you should stay away from gold. Stay away from gold. All right, this is not the time to jump into the buys or the sells. Wait for gold to either come break this top, this one, or it comes down to this low. That is what you should be waiting for. Coming to break this top or coming down to this low will now give you a closer sense of understanding as to what the chart is doing. All right, so you do this by rational analysis, decision, and thinking based on what the chart is showing you, based on the information. Anyways, that is it for gold. So as it stands now, if you want to jump into this, know that it will be very, very risky. And as at the time I am recording this, by the time you end up watching this video, we must have maybe gone up here or maybe come down here. I don't know yet. So I'm just staying away, watching it to see what it, but most likely it is going up from what I'm seeing right now. But let's not just conclude. Let's wait for it to either break this top or come down to this low. That's what we are waiting, and then the next analysis will come from there. Let's go to silver. And if you remember what I said to you, if you've been following me actually, you should remember I told you that I am looking for this on silver. And last week I told you this move here might fall short because of this. It could come down again, break this low, and do this. But on Monday, while I looked at this, I told you this has given us a sharp move. If we see a correction here, it could be coming down, or this is also the first move into a possible correction here. And you can see with your eyes that it was actually a first move into a possible correction. Now the question is, we're here. Are we going to come down for it? And I told you, if this is going to be a correction, then this will not go sharp. It most likely will make a correction go, and then we can know that we're having a flat here. But that's by the way. The question right here is, are we really going to come down? That's the question. Now I am becoming this too camera friendly instead of looking at the charts. Don't mind me though. Are we going to come down here or not? Now this is what you should look out for. Allow this to finish whatever it's doing here, whatever stupidity it's going to do there. Maybe it will break the top again. Let me take that out for now. Maybe it will break this top again. But yeah, just allow it do its thing. But you see this move? We're going to get it. There is more than a 50% chance of us getting this move back. Okay? There is more than a 50% chance. So here is what you should look out for. Look for any move that will come, break this low, and form a correction. That is the move that will come down. I've given you a tip, so go make use of that knowledge. Okay, so that is it for silver. Else, wait for it to go. Any move coming down, in fact, any move coming down, if it goes far, wait for it to come, break out of this line, form a correction. You can sell for 1, this move, 2, this move, which is this one, or even this coming down, whichever one it is. Because if this forms a big correction here, we might end up, let me show you. Now this is one thing you need to know, because there are varieties, diversities, and dimensions of how the chart can develop. If this forms a correction here and goes back up, we could end up having this come down for this, maybe in a very corrective manner like this, or maybe sharp, I don't know, and goes back for this, where we'll have this as all the correction, and we'll have a 1, a 2, a 3 in the middle, a 1, a 2, a 3, complete this before we start going down. So that is also another option you need to have in mind. All right, so let's go. US oil, so it did finish the correction, did come down, did pull back like this, come down, broke the low, now it's going up. So the question is this: was this move, let me show you, was this move a part of this? Was this move a part of this, making this all the impulse? And now we are going back for this to still come down? I don't think so. I think we completed whatever is happening here. I think whatever is happening here, we completed it, and we're going back up. So this is forming a correction here, which most likely will go up some more. And if that be the case, then we are going to, of course, be in a very complex correction. Not really that complex, but a bit of complex still. So we're going to have this break this stop at least, and we're going to come down. So we have this now in the middle, and after that we're going to get this, which is, let me go back to the 1 hour so you can see what I'm drawing. So if this comes, breaks this stop, at least it might also go to this stop and break it, but that's not certain, that's not guaranteed. It only needs to break this stop, and that's already enough for a regular flat. Okay, so we can get this back if it breaks that up. It's not a guarantee that it must go break the other top or must retest it. It's not also a guarantee that this move will go break this stop, and if it didn't break this stop and reverses for this, then this becomes a contracting flat in the middle. But we don't like to analyze contracting flats ahead of time unless we get the next move after it completes itself. Then we can go back and say, okay, this was a contracting flat. Then we look forward to the future moves. So anyways, that's a long story and history. Let's go on. So if we see this coming down, then it might be this, and we may likely go up for this before we continue the trend down. So keep your eyes on US oil. But for the immediate trade you have, this thing is forming a correction here, and we might just go up to break that up. So keep your eyes, and I think the same thing goes for UK oil too. You can see for yourself. So that is it. Let's move on to US 30, where it has been doing some shenanigans. All right, we got this. So it has refused to go up and break the top after forming this correction here. Seems this whole correction might just be a complex one, where we have this, have it come up here, pull back for this before it goes. Okay, so that is what I am looking forward to seeing on US 30. But again, like I told you last time, if you watched my video, I am not really interested in buying US 30. All right, I'm not interested in buying US 30. I'm only interested in the sales, just like I'm interested in sales of NAS, S&P 500, and German 30. So let's hop right onto them. So that's what I'm expecting for now. I think this thing will pretty much be around where it is right now for the rest of the day today, hopefully. But NAS, so it formed another correction here, went to the top, and I saw the correction, but I didn't want to buy it because trade, of course, is becoming more dangerous as it gets to that top. So I didn't want to risk buying it. I'm only looking for the sales. I'm looking for an impulse from the 1 hour, a correction to sell this. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the buys really. Okay, so if you want to buy, you feel you want to buy it and it's going to go to the moon, to the skies, to the heavens, what have you, what you need to do is allow it to make a correction. Now that it has broken the top, let it make a correction before you buy. Okay, that's if you want to buy, but I'm not making trade calls for anybody, right? This is just for knowledge, so you can have better understanding to make informed and rational decision based on how you trade. Okay, so that's what I'm looking forward to seeing on NAS. Let's go to S&P 500, where I think I have a pending order there. Yeah, so for S&P 500, this could end up, now here is the thing, this could end up coming down here, forming this and going back up, where this is a 1, a 2, a 3 in the middle. Let me expand so you see what I mean. Here's what I'm saying. You see this, any moment from now is going to do this, but here is the thing, it most likely or maybe come down like this, making this the 1 and this the correction and this the second impulse, making this whole thing 1, 2, 3 the correction in the middle, this one coming down and then going up. You never can tell, but then my order is there, okay, and my stop loss is just above. So let's see what it does really, if it's going to come down, go back up, or it's going to totally drop for this move right here, this one. Let's see if it's going to totally drop for this or come down, complete this as a correction, go back up one more time before it does this. We shall see. I hope I don't forget that and it takes me in and goes back up. Or should I rather sell it from where it is right now? Not a good idea. I'll only sell it if I see it make an impulse, make a flag here. Then I'll move this pending order to here. So if it takes me in, if it's going to go up, once it takes me in, coming down to this low, I'll move these stops here, just above this correction. So if it's going to go up, let it take me out from there. That's the best trade I can take on this, but I hope I remember to monitor it when it forms that correction, and I hope it doesn't just give me a flash, take me in, and voila, I'm on the losing side. Anyways, that is what you should look out for, but don't just be interested in the buys. It could go up some more, who says it can, but I'm not really interested in the buys. So that's easy. Let's go to German 30. German 30, it actually did some wonders, but anyways, I'm not going to talk about that. Let's go. So from the daily time frame, you can see that I missed that move. I missed it. From the daily time frame, you can see that this is forming an ending diagonal. This move could potentially get to this stop from where it is right now, but I am also thinking that this move needs to make a correction. Now that it has broken out of this bigger correction, it needs to make a smaller correction. Remember, we're on the daily time frame, so if we go down to the 4 hours or even the 1 hour, so you see this happening right here, is about to form a correction here, or maybe even about to turn. If it's turning, it's going to come for this maybe and go back, or it's going to come for this low and go back. But I'm not really expecting it to come for this low though, but who says it can't come? If you see the sell setups, keep on taking them. So but for now, I am expecting a correction from German 30 before this move will continue. Remember, the target could be just here before it reverses, and this reverse could either be coming for this low or could be doing some wonders. And I'll show you. It could either be coming for this low or it could be doing this, and I'm sure you'd love to get that, right? Yeah, I know. So keep your eyes on German 30. All right, let's go back to the 1 hour. Do we have a trade? No, we don't. We're only going to wait. And UK 100 GBP. Okay, it got to that top. It's coming down. I'm expecting it to go break this top, at least to go break this top. But who says it can't come down from here and makes this a contracting flat? Even though, like I said earlier, we don't like analyzing contracting flats early enough, just like this, until we see that this move comes to break this low. Then we'll say, okay, it was after all a contracting flat. But for now, if I see a sell setup, that is, if I see a correction here, I'm going to sell it. Of course, I'm going to sell it. And then we'll figure out if it's forming another correction here to go back up, or if maybe it's even coming to complete this as a correction and going back up. You never can tell which one it is. We're only going to wait and see. All right, let's go. So that is it for UK 100 GBP. And throughout yesterday, I didn't look at Bitcoin, and I don't know where it is right now. Maybe it doesn't want to get to that 100k, so those who want to dump it can dump it. All right, so for Bitcoin, this is what I'm looking at. This is also fast becoming a correction on its own here. I don't know if you see what I'm seeing. This is also fast becoming a correction on its own here, so we could end up still having this here and coming down. Who says we can't? Keep your eyes on it anyways and monitor what it does. If it gets down to this low, no, we're going to do this most likely. Maybe not really immediately it breaks the low. It might even come down some more, make some correction, come down, but eventually we're going to get this move. And if this becomes a running flat, then this is 100% guaranteed. So keep your eyes on this one. Ethereum. So I'm going to shift this here, so you can see this, right? And you can see this. So this might be also a correction here we've got, and it's gradually getting back to this top though. So this might just still be a correction here after all to go back up. Yeah, it might be a correction here to go back up. You never can tell, but any sell setup you see, take it, because it may be coming for this, which is this. And also bear in mind that we have this, that this could be coming for to complement before it goes back right up. So have that at the back of your mind and ye shall be safe. So let's go to BNB. Oh shit. Anyways, I am not surprised, because if you watched my video, if you follow me, you would know I said BNB was forming a correction here to go break this top. I told you can go back to my videos and watch that segment or that part exactly. So here is what I'm looking for. This actually became a correction here. Went on to break the top. Now look at this and flashback to what we saw on US 30. Do you actually see a similarity on the moves? I mean, look at this right here, and let's go back to US 30. Do you see a similarity? Yeah, I bet you saw that. So this could come down here and see go back up, like I told you earlier. All right, so keep up with that. Now that is it for US 30. Let's go back to BNB. So it did quite make some nice moves. This becomes this. It did make some nice move. Wow, I missed that. Is this actually how I'm going to get rich? Anyways, by the way, so let's go to the daily and see what it holds. Right now we've made that move, and we might just be coming down for this one right here. We might just be coming down for that move, so keep your eyes. But who says this can go back up? It can just form a correction here and go back up. Who says it may? It may. So keep your eyes on it though. But I am really looking forward to the sales. I am not interested in the buys now, but it could go up some more though, like I said. But if it's going to go up some more, look for a correction before you buy. Go to the 1 hour, wait for a 1 hour correction. It might also be forming that correction. Wait for a 1 hour correction, 1 hour flag actually, which will end up being a flat. Wait for it before you buy. Other than that, jumping on this is not a good idea. Let's go to the last one I do, which is Shiba Inu. You can see we have this, we have this, we have this, and remember we had that sharp move up there. So this most likely may end up becoming this at last, and we'll still have this thing coming down for this. So keep your eyes on that one. But for any reason, if it gives you a good correction here, now that it has broken out, so for any reason it gives you a good correction here, you may consider buying it, and this becomes a correction on its own. And remember, we are still anticipating for this unless this turns out to be a contracting flat. Okay, other than that, I am still waiting for something like this, either from here or from when it breaks the top again, completes this and goes back up. That is it for SHIB, and that leads us to the end of this recording. And thank you very much for staying with me. I hope you learned something. Make sure to make good use of what you've learned today, and your trading will see progress. And let me hop on to the second recording, which I don't know if I can bring it to you guys or not, and maybe I would start live streaming. Let me know what you think in the comment section, because honestly it would be better I live stream and just leave all the right there on YouTube for everyone to watch, other than having the urge to take this into a video editor and start cutting off the you understand? Let me know what you think, and I will see you on the second recording.